Good morning. It is I, your bearded comic slinger, Tony, live from Robot Zero Comics in beautiful scenic downtown Geneva, Ohio, right where routes 534 and 20 intersect. It is me, Tony, your man, Kalel, and we've got Toxie right there. It's been a big day. There's lots of new comics out this week. Not as big as last week, but pretty close. Pretty close. So I'd like to thank you for joining us. Again, it is New Comic Book Day live from Robot Zero. We are at 23 West Main Street in Geneva, Ohio. 44041. If you're from out of town, you may need that zip code. I'm not sure. All of our parking is in the back. And like a TARDIS, our storefront is very small, but it's much bigger on the inside. So please join us here at Robot Zero Comics every Wednesday as we go over the new comics of the week. Not sure if anyone's there, but we're going to get into it because there's a lot of cool comics this week. So let's go. All right, so we've got Alien number 10 this week. We've got two covers. That's the Dan Panosian. And then we have the main cover there, which is also really cool. I apologize, I don't know the artist, but maybe Salvador LaRocca himself. Let's look inside and see. It doesn't give the credits in the first few pages. I hate when they do that. Here we go. Artist, who was the cover artist on this one? Because it was pretty nice. Mark Aspinall is the cover artist. Pretty cool cover. And I like Dan Panosian's always got a good art in him. Enjoyed the number 10 there on the variant. We have Avengers Forever number 3 with a cool Marvel Zombies, Marvel Monsters, Marvel Zombies cover here. We've got a Mummy, we've got Frankenhulk, we've got Zombie Cap, and Werewolf Black Panther, which is kind of weird. I don't know. Just Black Panther looking menacing, and Spider-Man and a radioactive spider. Got a hand there. All right. If you haven't been reading this is fun. This brings Avengers from all over the multiverse. So we get different versions of some of our favorite Avengers, some really cool mashups. Definitely check this out. It's a lot of fun to read. It's going to be, I believe, 5 issues long. So definitely check it out. Then we have Black Panther 4. This keeps getting better and better, being written by John Ridley, Oscar Award winner John Ridley. Definitely found his groove in comics. Really, really great. So basically, T'Challa's kind of caught between a rock and a hard place. He needs to rule Wakanda, or he's not the ruler of Wakanda any longer. They're under a democracy. They're no longer a monarchy. But what T'Challa says has a lot of meaning with the people that do, the members of parliament, the members of the government of Wakanda. Listen closely to what T'Challa has to say, and it's been a pretty interesting book. You find out that T'Challa's had sleeper agents all across the globe and in outer space within the X-Men. Sleeper agents that, in case anyone ever turns on Wakanda, he's got people embedded where they need to be, when they need to be, and then he can activate them as soldiers, warriors for Wakanda to protect them. So, like I said, I don't know if you caught what I said. He even has one within the X-Men, which I thought was pretty cool. Last issue, he meets up with Storm. We see the end of that meeting here. He's not exactly truthful with Storm. You find out they're divorced, which we all kind of knew. Sean, what's up? How you doing, buddy? So Black Panther number 4, Black Panther itself, the series so far, 4 issues out so far, been really good. We do have second prints on the way of number 3. It was a hot issue. Speculated upon for a new first appearance. But you can get issues 1 and 2 here. We'll fill in that gap for number 3. Grab number 4 while we still have them before they're gone. Great read. We got Captain America and Iron Man, number 4 of 6. Daredevil, Woman Without Fear, by Chip Zdarsky. He's writing everything Daredevil right now, and rightly so. He's done an excellent job so far. Devil's Reign's been amazing. The run of Daredevil that's recently ended was fantastic. Highly suggest picking that up. If you want, we can order the trades for you. And then tying into Devil's Reign, we have a Spider-Man miniseries beginning this week. which I did not get to reading, but is in my pile of stuff to read. I've got to catch up with Devil's Reign. Love the first two issues. It's been a dynamite book. I've got to read issues 3 and 4, and then Villains for Hire. I want to read that as well. That's been a fun mini series attached to it, and I'm assuming this will be too. Always love a good Spider-Man story when there's a big event going down in New York City. We've got second prints of Hulk number 3. Hulk number 3 introduces a new Hulk. It was another issue that was heavily speculated on. We've got these second prints here to fill in that gap. Definitely read this if you like Donny Cates, or if Donny Cates has piqued your interest. You've heard that name a lot recently in comics media. You're going to want to read Hulk, and definitely suggest picking up Thor. There's a few jumping on points within that series that you can do, but that is a lot of fun to read as well. Donny Cates is a lot of fun. People may not like that. There's always those fans out there that have something negative to say. If you like to have fun reading comics, then read some Donny Cates stuff. You'll definitely have fun. And speaking of fun, we've got She-Hulk number 2. This has been tons of fun. I think we still have at least 1 or 2 copies of She-Hulk number 1 on the shelf. Number 2 out this week with some amazing covers here. We've got Jen Bartel, and then what we have back here, let's see. Oh, we have the same cover here. Let me see. This was done by an artist that I wasn't familiar with, but I did enjoy the artwork. Who did? Let's see. The interior artist is Roger Antonio, which was a fantastic. The interior art's fantastic, but Romy Jones did this cover. Romy Jones, new to me. We have the Jack of Hearts was introduced at the end of the first issue. Real quick catch up. They kind of catch you up in this that She-Hulk and Jack of Spades knew each other from the Avengers from way back. Jack of Spades is worried about being around She-Hulk because he absorbs radiation. He doesn't want to take her gamma radiation, her power, away from her. She's begging him to allow Tony Stark to take a look at him, but he's afraid that Tony Stark will deem him too dangerous and want to send him back out into space, just protecting Tony Stark's own interests, which was a very fair point. But a great story to read. I'm intrigued. Jack of Hearts is a very powerful character. Carries a lot of radiation. There was someone sucking the radiation out of him when he was able to get away from wherever he was. We don't know. Where he's come from right now is a mystery. Someone had him, I don't know if necessarily in captivity, but had him in like a Bacta tank, I guess you could say, sucking out. He was in this tank of water where he's getting all the radiation sucked out of him. Who was taking that radiation? What are they using it for? We don't know. Question marks everywhere, but good ones in every sense of it. Enjoyed it a lot. Looking forward to issue 3. Moving on to Moon Knight number 10 or number 9? Number 9. Moon Knight number 9. We've got the Carnage Forever variant. We have Moon Knight there being taken over by the Carnage symbiote. Carnage Forever. Carnage number 1 is coming. If you'd like to jump on that, let us know. We will get you subscribed. We also have the Amazing Spider-Man Carnage Forever cover. Amazing Spider-Man number 91. Pretty cool there. One of my favorite things to read this week was What If Miles Morales Became Captain America? So we see his father and his uncle, who was the Prowler, still is the Prowler, but in a different capacity in this book. His uncle, the Prowler, and his father are both in the military, and Miles Morales is a military child following his father from base to base. There's been a renewed interest in Captain America. It's kind of taken over, this world's, United States. They're reminiscing of Captain America and all the good he did, which brings back the idea of having super soldiers and the super soldier serum. Miles' uncle and father are very interested in becoming super soldiers, so much so that his uncle steals some of the serum, places it in his refrigerator. Miles comes over because their refrigerator is on the fritz, is looking for something to eat or drink, drinks the super soldier serum, and it works. He becomes Captain America from here on out. Is there a little bit of jealousy with his uncle? Possibly. We'll see what happens. This was a lot of fun to read, and you also get a premonition of all the other. I think it's going to still stay that same story with he and his uncle and his father in this one world, and these different Miles are going to join him. So we're going to have this is all speculation on my point, an army of Miles. The next one, I believe, shows him as X-23 or Wolverine. Very interesting. Looking forward to it. And then we have, let's see, I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Spider-Woman number 20, reprints of Star Wars 20, second prints, because of a first appearance of Elzar Mann. Then we have Star Wars number 21, really great story about Poe Dameron's parents. Shara Bay, Poe Dameron's mother, is stranded on Tarkin's Will, a Star Destroyer, a damaged Star Destroyer. So she's able to hide out in the places where the sensors are busted up. Tarkin's Will was at the destruction of, I believe, A New Hope's Death Star, I think is what they're saying. I don't think in this run they've gotten to the destruction of the Death Star. Maybe they have. But either way, because Tarkin's Will, the Star Destroyer, has been damaged by the explosion of a Star Destroyer, sorry, not a Star Destroyer, but a Death Star, rather. She's able to hide out. Sensors are damaged, so she is a ghost on the ship, so to speak. She's not being picked up by any sensors. She's able to hide out. There are places where they're cordoned off. No one's allowed into this part of the ship. That's where she's hiding. We've got second prints of Darth Vader 20. You get the silver-bordered first appearance of Grogu and the Mandalorian on a cover on this Lucasfilm 50th anniversary variant cover. The first prints were in gold. And now we have second prints with a silver border. I think the silver border looks even better. Pretty cool stuff. We have Star Wars, The High Republic, number 2. We learn more about Marchion Ro and the power he has as the Eye of the Storm. That's him on both covers here, masked and unmasked. This was, if you're interested in the High Republic and the destruction of the Jedi, Marchion Ro wants them gone. And I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I believe it's Marchion Ro. Two different words. Either way, written by Charles Soule, who's kind of the architect of the comic book Star Wars universe. And whatever happens in these Star Wars books are canon, is canon rather. And what we have here is there's a first appearance in another Star Wars book of a character named the Leveler. There's more than one Leveler. I found out through this issue, the High Republic, Eye of the Storm. Eye of the Storm is Marchion Ro. He leads the Nile, and he wants to use a Leveler, an all-powerful being, to destroy all the Jedi. And he has one. He wants more. He wants an army, so he's taking him to this planet where no living being has been in this part of the galaxy. I think they said in decades or in centuries. So he convinces his quote family or his syndicate or warriors that work for him that this is the this is the way, and they have to assist him in retrieving a new Leveler or Levelers. We'll just leave it there. This weapon will destroy the Jedi. It's a living weapon. And they land on a planet where everything is alive. If the planet does not like them, it will eat them, chew them up, and spit them out quickly. It's been an interesting, I love the history of things I love, so getting this history of Star Wars and its characters and what took out all the Jedi, this is episode 1, 2, and 3 by about 200 years when Jedi ruled the galaxy, and this is the story of them being wiped out. So pretty crazy stuff. Follow up to Death of Doctor Strange. We have Doctor Strange 1. His wife Clea is now the Sorcerer Supreme. Doctor Doom does not like that. Doctor Doom believes that he should be the Sorcerer Supreme, but Clea, the new Sorcerer Supreme, lays it down, lets Doctor Doom know that she's not to be effed with. And she's attempting to resurrect her husband, Stephen Strange, to resume his term as Doctor Strange. Written by Jed MacKay. I like Jed MacKay's writing. This book was a lot of fun to read. Highly suggest picking it up. It's a jumping on point for Doctor Strange. And it is a little bit of a hard sell because we have the movie coming out with, and I have no problem with the male-female versions of characters. I like it when they do that stuff, but just doesn't make sense to me when the movie's coming out that you make such a hard change right now, which is fine. It was written well, and maybe Clea will resurrect Doctor Strange, and he'll come back and kick some butt. We've got the second print of Strange Academy number 15, first appearance of Gas Lamp on the cover. We've got The Thing number 5 of 5, finishes up that miniseries this week. We've got X-Men number 9. We've got Deadpool Samurai manga, Batman number 121. This finishes up the Abyss storyline, the new character that was introduced by the new creative team of Joshua Williamson and Jorge Molina. I believe this is Jorge Molina's last issue that he'll be drawing right now, but it's Batman. They're going to have amazing artists on Batman all the time. We've got Detective Comics 1055. We've got Batman Killing Time, number 1 by Tom King. Tom King with a 6-issue miniseries. Definitely suggest picking this up. Tom King's always a great story to read, always a great writer to read. And here he's pulling out some of Batman's classic villains. You know, the Riddler, who makes an appearance in the new movie, Penguin, Killer Croc, Catwoman. So we got some of the classic rogues gallery of Batman here, which Tom King does very well. And we have a really great Kill New variant cover. We also have, with both issues of Batman and Batman Killing Time, we've got the Batman variants for the marketing of the new movie. I need to learn my words. And here we have a nice Lee Bermejo, the Batman cover. Only in theaters March 4th. Who's ready? I am, to see the Batman. I'm kind of interested in seeing it, not going to lie. But that Kill New cover with the Riddler, Bat Signal, and Catwoman, pretty amazing stuff. They're all pretty good covers, to be honest. We've got Catwoman number, this is a second print of number 39. This is the 1 in 25 cover that everyone was flipping their lid for. They have made it open to everyone to purchase as a second print cover. Kind of diminishes the meaning of a 1 in 25, but, hey. We've got Dark Knights of Steel, number 5 of 12. Highly suggest picking this up. This is a really fun miniseries by Tom Taylor. Tom Taylor, like James Tynion, one of the hottest writers right now, writing some of the best stories, up there with Donny Cates. He and Tynion are, I'd say those are the top 3 writers right now. Tynion going off on his own. Tom Taylor doing Dark Knights of Steel and doing projects for both sides, for both of the big two. And then James Tynion is back with Nice House on the Lake, number 7. Let's see what time we have here. Close to opening. We got Justice League number 73, Suicide Squad number 13. Also, War for Earth 3 Part 2 for Suicide Squad. War for Earth 3 number 1 of 2. World of Krypton number 4 of 6. A novel, True Believer, The Rise and Fall of Stan Lee, a scandalous autobiography. We've got biography, rather, not autobiography. Crossover number 12. Dynamite Never Dies, number 1, variant cover. Really cool 30s looking movie poster. Duel, one of my picks of the week. 2 of my picks of the week right here. Indie books. Everything Sucks had me laughing hard. It could be considered some Kevin Smith type of humor. I think it was a webcomic at one time. I forget all the characters' names, but we have a cat, a bird, and a possum, all stoners hanging out, being completely ridiculous, not caring about anything, hence the title, Everything Sucks. The art was great. You even get stickers inside. You get some posters. It's just hilarious. This character hates everything, tries to be cool, but he's really not that cool. Sees a burger commercial. It's like, yeah, we know you sell burgers at Burger Castle. Why do you have to show us this? And then immediately wants to go to get a hamburger after he sees the commercial. Then they get there and they can't get into the burger place because someone has pooped on the floor and not on the restroom floor. Chaos ensues after that. It is hilarious. Highly suggest picking up Everything Sucks. Best bang for the buck you're going to get this week at $6. We have second prints of Duel number 1. Great story. I could see this being a television series of some kind. The idea is that in reality TV going absolutely nutso, you have real duels now. And Aaron Burr, the R's all being capitalized in his name because he's an ex-teacher. They all stand for reading, writing, and arithmetic, the three R's of school. He has won 80 duels. He is the undisputed champion of duels. You have this young man at school getting picked on, relentlessly picked on every day, beat up. Finally comes home, challenges. Anyone can challenge anyone in duel. This world of duel that they've created, this reality show, this reality contest. You win a lot of money, killing people. Some provinces, states, cities don't know how to handle these murders, because yes, these are adults that have signed into this contract. Yes, someone has murdered someone, but that's the name of the game. So it's handled differently in different spots of the country. But you have this young man using his real name, which is never done, I guess, in the world of duel, which I guess makes sense. That way, the person you're dueling can find you very easily that way. He's a high school student, enters his name, denies that it's really him, denies to the media, the police, everyone that he has done it. His parents will not allow the police to look at their network, their computers, to prove that their son really is the person that has entered into this duel with Aaron Burr. He has 72 hours to back out, or then within a month, they must kill, one of them must die within a month, and if neither of them die, they both die. It has a twist ending. It was a lot. It was cool. It was a lot of fun to read. Follow Me Into Darkness, sequel to, I believe it was There Will Be Darkness. I forget the first miniseries, but this is a follow-up from Behemoth Comics. Then we have Headless 2 from Scout. Noctera, another pick of the week. If you're not reading Noctera, I highly suggest picking it up. We've got the graphic novels. We've got, I believe they're only $9.99 too. And we have the three issues that come after it as well. Highly suggest reading it. A ton of fun to read. Scott Snyder, writer of Batman and many other things, Witches. But mainly he's known for Batman and Witches. His independent stuff at Marvel. At Image. Really, really great stuff. Highly suggest reading Noctera. Robin Hood, Shadows of the Past. I believe that's a one-shot. Then we have Rogue Sun. Image Comics and I believe Ryan Parrott are expanding the superhero universe of Image, and they're doing that here with Rogue Sun. Kind of a spin-off to, oh my goodness, Radiant Black. Fun stuff, interesting. It's nice to see a different take on superheroes. And in this one, you see at the very beginning, spoiler alert, plug your ears, Rogue Sun dies. But you find out that he was a married man, built a lot of wealth, had a previous wife who he had a son with, who he never spoke to, never talked to, kind of ran out on him. And then he has a very affluent wife and two spoiled kind of rich kids as well. They all go to the will reading expecting that they will inherit the power. His two kids of his current wife expect that they'll be inheriting the power of Rogue Sun. His not illegitimate son, but his bastard son, let's say, he was kind of a bully at school. There's some humor in it that I enjoyed at the beginning of this book. He doesn't know what to think of all of this. He doesn't know, all of a sudden he's thrust into this. My father was a superhero. He's now dead. I hate him. What does all of this mean? So definitely check out Rogue Sun, especially if you're tired of the big two superhero stuff and you want something different, but still want some superheroes, something a little bit more real than the big two can provide, because they kind of have to watch, being owned by Disney and Warner Brothers and AT&T. They played it a little bit more safe. Rogue Sun does not, and it's definitely an interesting book. We have Hell Sonia number 3, Sheena, Queen of the Jungle number 4, Until My Knuckles Bleed number 1. Highly suggest picking that up. We restocked on it. It was my pick of the week a couple weeks ago. We've got the Power Rangers core book for the role-playing game. We got Peter Bag's Complete Hate. This is definitely something for Gen X. It's an independent book, but at its height in the early 90s, sold 30,000 copies of an issue, which was unheard of for a independent book to do back then. To sell 30,000 copies. The grunge, at the time, grunge was very big. It identified with that heavily. It's a Gen X book for sure. What it was like to be part of Gen X, to be in the middle of Gen X. And he never, Peter Bagge, the creator and writer, says that he never took anything from grunge. He doesn't mind that there is that comparison, but he just wrote about his life in general. So a lot of these stories in Hate are stories of his own life, the jobs he's, dead end jobs that he had, just living life. When you're in your 20s, late teens, you think things may suck, but, whatever. It's a humorous take on life. Did you hear what Eddie Gein done by Eric Powell and Harold Schechter? This is the story of the man who is portrayed in movies as Leatherface. This is the story of how he became the serial killer he is. We have the first 10 issues of Daredevil in this Marvel masterpiece. The Me You Love in the Dark, Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey. Definitely suggest picking this up. In fact, if you buy Nice House on the Lake #1, I will give you Nice House on the Lake, the current issue, for free. If you buy this trade, and pick up number 7, tell us what you think, and see if you want to subscribe. We got the Frontiersman trade. This was a great book. Really enjoyed this a lot. More Samurai Deadpool. We got some more of the same stuff here. And then we have 1 in 25s for Miles, Doctor Strange, Star Wars High Republic, Batman 121, and Batman Killing Time. Some really nice covers. And then we have the manga versions of Bell's Tale and Beast's Tale from Tokyo Pop. We've got a glow-in-the-dark Toxic Avenger figure from Toxic Crusaders, an Immortal Hulk figure, and Sean, what is up, buddy? All right, everyone. Thanks for joining me, Sean. I will pull you that book out, bud. Chris Rab is up. Rab, what's up? I don't know if you got my voicemail. I called you on your birthday, Rab. Scott, what's happening? All right, everyone. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your time listening to me babble on and on and on. It's New Comic Book Day. No matter where you're located, visit your local comic book shop. It's one of the last mom and pop stores that has not been franchised by some giant corporation and taken over. So come on by. Let's have some fun. Let's talk about comics, pop culture, all that fun stuff. I just went to 2 conventions. I just worked 40 hours in 3 days. Went from Detroit, just north of Detroit, Saturday night, left that convention, packed up everything, was out of there by 7:30, drove home 4 hours, slept another 4 hours, then went to Pittsburgh in the morning. So it's a miracle that I'm here. It's a miracle of science and coffee that I'm here right now. So thank you for watching. I appreciate your time. If you see something here that you want, let me know. We will pull it out for you and save it for a week. It's reasonable, right? We'll save it for you for a week. And or if we want, we'll invoice you on PayPal. So just let us know. Thanks for watching. Visit your local comic book shop no matter where you are. Thank you.